All right, I'm at the Red Barn, and today I think we're going to call this the Solitude ride. And I was riding down here, and it was getting a little bit. Well, this section, this last 4 miles, is not the warmest generally, unless it's a nice hot summer day, which is few and far between, it seems like. So the Solitude ride, it just made me, as I'm cruising the trail, I'm just reminding me that, this is something that I just have to do occasionally, and that is just get out, me and the wheel, and just ride. I don't need a group, although I'm not knocking riding with a group ever. It's just sometimes it just needs to be me, just a solitude ride. So there you have it. Don't mean to get too philosophical, but it's just kind of a soothing thing to spend time on your wheel and just ride. I don't even have to go fast. 25 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, it doesn't matter. Just so I'm out doing my thing, logging some miles. That's all that really matters. And it probably doesn't matter if, anybody's out there like riding a bicycle or motorcycle or just going for a drive in your car. Sometimes you just got to do it and do it by yourself and just go have some fun. Now, granted, I love just, tooling around with other folks all the time too. That's super fun. California was a blast. Very memorable, as I think I shared in my video of that. Very memorable. I hope I get back down there. But I do a fair amount of just solo riding. Mount Vernon is one of my go-to rides. Arlington to Mount Vernon, or just riding into Seattle down the interurban. I try and avoid the roads as much as I can. I'm just not a big road guy. Speed is not that important because I feel like the journey is the important thing. So anyway, as you can see, this section of the trail from the Red Barn heading south is kind of in the shade, more like a tree tunnel, and it tends to be a little bit colder. Generally speaking, it's great on a hot day because you get a little bit of coolness. But this time of year, I'd rather be out in the sun riding. So hopefully they'll come out from behind one of these clouds, and we'll get a little bit of that today because it's a pretty nice day. When I left, it was about 45 degrees. I don't know what it's at right now. I haven't checked. I'm definitely bundled up. It might not look it, but I'm layered up pretty good with all my gear and everything. One thing I am trying though is I've got one of these 1 liter water bags, which I filled up, and I'm trying something new with it. I actually got it hanging off the back of my jacket on the inside, and or I can literally just stick it up under the helmet here. Get a little drink, electrolytes, and it seems to work pretty good. The only downside I've seen so far is it does pick up body heat and warm the bag up, so I get maybe 2 or 3 small gulps before it starts getting warm. But I can deal with that. Maybe I'll hang it on the outside of my coat next time, try that, I don't know. I really didn't want to carry a backpack, really didn't want to carry my charger today. Just wanted to go burn a battery, you know, maybe 40 miles. And see what I'm going to see. This section of trail, like I said, it's a little shaded, it's a little boring in a way. I don't come down here a lot. But it's a nice trail. The paving's good. Some parts of the Centennial, just south out of Arlington and up toward Marysville, there's a lot of roots that have come up through the pavement, so you got to be kind of heads up for that. I think I'll probably not go back that way today. I think I'm going to try an alternate path back to the truck. Maybe over by the airport. I don't know, we'll see. I'm not sure. I haven't committed to any one thing. There's so much traffic when you head that way. That's the only problem. So it puts me on the sidewalk a lot, and I don't really like that too much. So we'll see. I may stick to the Centennial. I don't know. I can never make my mind up until I'm in the moment. Sometimes, and I have ridden some of those roads, but usually later at night. Not too much traffic. Everybody's trying to go somewhere, get off work, whatever, and it's just, the Smoky Point is just so busy. So that may make my decision for me right there. Anyway, this is my old camera. I bought that new X4 Air, and of course left it sitting on the counter. So this one has a couple messed up lenses, both sides. So basically, I'm hopeful this will turn out good. I think the damage is mostly right in the center of the lens, so if I hold this just right, I think it'll miss that and probably look okay. But we'll find out. I know in bright sunlight, it creates a lot of funky glare, and the video doesn't look so great because of it at times. That new X4 Air at least has replaceable lenses, so I do like it. It's a little bit lighter. Same size, a little bit lighter. It basically works about the same. There's a couple small differences, but negligible. What else? While I'm rambling, like I say, sometimes I just gotta get out and do my own thing. A couple hours out of the day. Been trying to work on the house a little bit pre-summer. Got so much to do around my place. I'm 10.5 months into retirement now, so that's a little bit different. Your life definitely changes. I'm going to say it's for the better, but it's just different. And I'm sure it's going to be different for most people. You know, everybody's going to have... crap, got a phone call coming in. I'm going to shut this off. All right, I'm back. Where was I? Okay, just retired 10.5 months ago. Everything's a little different. You know, it's weird. I've been working on the house. I got things I need to do, a ton of stuff I got to do actually this year. Since my shoulder surgery seems to be a success, I think it'll be in great shape for doing the things I need to do. And knock on wood, of course. But I want to get some of the stuff done in the house while the weather's still a little bit cold. And then, of course, once it gets a little nicer and warmer, we'll move everything outdoors. Just so much to do between the house and my shop, the property. And I don't know how long we're going to live where we do. It's a great place. But, when you reach your retirement age, you really got to start thinking about, where you're at in life, how long you're going to live. That's always something you got to think about. And, going through life, you don't think about that crap. But once you retire, you really have to think about it because, people don't last forever. And we're all subject to mortality. Well, let me see if I can navigate this Highway 9 here without getting killed. Yep, sometimes they stop for you. Usually seems like they don't. Anyway, just something to think about, plan for as best you can. Hopefully, most people are in good financial shape, I think we're okay, but, one thing I would say about that whole thing, if there was one thing to tell anybody is, and you have kids, don't drop it on your kids and just expect they're going to take care of you, or do everything to make sure you're going to be in good shape. Make the plans, get them involved. I think in the end, everybody's going to be a lot happier. I lost my mom and dad in the last couple of years, and that's the one thing I wish they'd have done a better job of. It was difficult. Okay, moving on. Sun's finally out on this section, the last 4 miles back into Arlington. I got about 3 bars. I think I'll be all right. This is a 50E EX30, so, it gets a little more battery sag than the newer ones did, or the latest version they made. But it still does pretty good. It likes warmer weather quite a bit better. Colder weather seems to be a little more temperamental on the batteries. Just more sag. So, what else can I ramble about today? Like I said, this is the Solitude ride. I just do a lot of pondering and thinking about things I got going on. I got some stuff going on tomorrow, so I thought today would be the best day to get out and log a few miles for the weekend. Not sure what's happening there yet. Oh, yeah, I am sure what's happening. I'm hoping to pick up that Falcon Pro for a week. So Frank, who got it from Lem, the demo wheel, he's going to be gone out of town for a week, and he said I could probably grab it to do some more video. And my thought was, well, we'll get out here on the Centennial probably and do a range test on it and just see how it does. You got to remember, that little thing has about the same battery as an S22 watt hours. So it should do pretty good. It should do, I'm going to say, 35 miles, maybe 40, I don't know. I won't take it over about 25 just because of the wheel diameter. You know, I had that 16X, and when you get it over about 25, you know, you could do it, but it just got a little squirrelier. So I prefer the larger diameter, 20-inch for, let's say, like this wheel, and that's 22, that kind of thing, master. But anyway, we'll get out and do that, and hopefully, I know this sounds a little nutty, but I kind of want to do a rain test. And what I mean by that is, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get some rain. We seem to get it every other week or every week this time of year. Pretty good dousings. I'd actually like to suit up in my rain gear and ride it in rain. I got approved to do it. They just, you know, said make sure the charge port covers and everything are closed up tight. But that would be kind of interesting. You know, this is Seattle, and if a wheel can handle daily rain without issue, that would be huge. Because I don't take this one out in the rain. If I get caught in the rain, I don't know if I have it with me today. No, I guess I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. I have a backpack cover, you know, for a regular backpack. It's like a nylon cover that you can put over it in case you get in the rain, and that'll pretty much protect water intrusion into the controller and stuff like that. So, but with the Falcon Pro, supposedly the water resistance on that thing is fantastic, and they had that video.
Radio on 87.5.
Hang on. Hey, Cardo, radio off.
Radio on.
Hey, Cardo, radio off.
Radio on.
So anyway, yeah, they did a test. Now, I'm assuming it was legit, but they did a test where they literally rode it underwater. And it was pretty impressive. I don't know if they did anything special to it or just, you know, just rode it, but it survived anyway. It seems like it. So I should just do some regular rain riding. Seems like it would be just fine. I'll be the one that takes the brunt of it most likely. I don't know what they're doing here. Supposed to do some work on this trail actually, other than the paving. I know they got some paving going on way south, but they're supposed to be doing some more work to where the what do you call it? The White Horse Trail ties into it up here a little ways, and I don't know what the deal with that is. It'd be nice if they can get them tied back together like they used to be, but I think the bridge went out or something a few years ago, and so it's been all screwed up. It's a great trail, north and south. I think it's 28 miles long end to end for now, and then it's eventually going to tie into the Burt Gilman Sammamish Trail. Once they get that 12-mile extension figured out and built, it's the old rail line, but they're going to do it. It's just a question of how many years, and my guess is it could take another 10 years before they get it done, which is frustrating. But if you know how the county or city governments work, I mean, everything just takes time. They've even got one on the same thought. They even got one. They want to connect Monroe to Everett along the river there, and you know, you'd think it'd be fairly simple. Just do it. Well, it's not that simple. And it may happen in the next couple of years, but they have an uphill battle just trying to figure out the exact way they're going to run it, and all these other little issues that keep popping up, property owner disputes, and land rights, and there's a shooting range, I guess, and then you got homeless, and just all these little things that seem to always get in the way. So, anyway, well, we're just now coming into town, as you can see, and I'll probably call this a wrap. It is a pretty nice day out now that the sun cleared and I'm out in the sun and out of those trees. This last 8 miles was pretty well wooded. So I think I'm going to sign off. Catch you on the next one.